Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, and we're going to do a catch up on Cashay, Sanko, Corey, and Florita. Well, not all of them, but Cashay and Florita did interviews on Instagram that I'm going to do a little, not really dissection, not really a review either, but we're just going to chat about what they spoke about. Before I get into it, as always, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let's talk about it. So I'm going to start with Florita. A lot of fans have been asking Florita to clear her name when it comes to her situation with Corey. So from the beginning, Corey was the winner of Love Island with, oh damn, what was her name? I almost said Amanda. Olivia. And Florita left early, but she did have interest in Corey, started dating Jeremy after the show, and things didn't work out. So Florita says after she confirmed that she and Jeremy had broken up, Corey DM'd her just to check in on her, see if things were okay. As they were catching up, he had said things were officially done with Olivia. They hadn't made it public as of yet, but things just were downhill. It wasn't working out. So later on, he was going to be in her city and he hit her up saying, like, what are you up to? What are things that we could do out here? And they ended up having a night out. And yeah.
At the club, we obviously drank a lot and we were flirting back and forth and we ended up kissing. We ended up making out. But I mean, who doesn't do that, especially at the club when you're drinking? You know what I mean? And it wasn't to hurt anyone's feelings. I think we were both emotional, like wrecked that we were flirting with each other, and it felt good because we weren't getting it from the people that we wanted it from, if that
Right.
makes sense. You know?
And both of your relationship was over and his was over. Technically,
Correct.
he and
Yeah,
Olivia were on a pause.
he told me bluntly, no, her and I are completely done. I'm done with it. I don't want anything to do with
Okay.
her, this, and that. And it was like for over like 2-3 weeks, I think. It was like they were done
Okay.
for over like that long.
He did also spend the night over at her place, but she says nothing happened between them. Olivia, well, a lot of people were asking if she thought she broke girl code with Olivia. And she was like, well, Olivia and I were never really that close. So, yes, I did break girl code, but was it ever really that deep? I'm kind of with her when it comes to that. It's not like I had sex with him and like y'all were still together. You know what I mean? She had a connection with him as well. And that was even before Olivia and Corey were together. I don't know. It's kind of murky when you guys are all dating each other. Like, it gets kind of weird. She did also say that if they do get back together, she supports it. She supports Olivia and Corey getting back together because ultimately she doesn't want to date anybody from Love Island. But right now she doesn't want to date Corey either. She did also want to tell Olivia what happened, but Corey insisted on being the one to break the news to her first.
Cash and Shannon pulled me aside and told me I need to tell Olivia about the situation that happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I agree. I will tell her. But then I had a conversation with Corey and I said, hey, I'm going to tell Olivia. He told me he wanted to tell her. So I was like, you know what? I respect that. At the end of the day, you should own up and say it to her because you guys were together.
Right.
And then I will reach out after. And so that's what I did. I texted her. I told her my side of the story. And she said she forgave me and that we're good. And, this and that she respects me and I respect her.
Love it.
Yeah.
Corey is the one who was in a relationship with Olivia. So I do get him. I do get the reason why he wanted to be the one to break the news first. She did forgive. She forgave him. She forgave her. And even in Corey's statement, I don't know if you guys remember, maybe I'll put it in again. Who knows? He did kind of leave the door open. He said, right now, things aren't meant to be. However, you're an amazing person. And if we come back to each other, then maybe it was meant to be later on, just not right now. Florita also comments on her relationship with Jeremy and that she has no idea to this day why it ended.
I really don't know. I think like it came down to me being a little intimidating. He, the one reason he told me was because, and he didn't want to use this reason because that's what my ex did. He said I was too perfect. And so, and then he also gave me it's not you, it's me bullshit type of excuse, you
Right.
know? But till this day, I still don't know the real reason.
Okay, so he really ended it with you, but if he wouldn't have said anything, you still think you would have been with him?
Yes.
Like you saw in the video, she said if things didn't end, she would still be with him. However, now that she's completely closed the doors with all the Love Island men, she does not plan on dating anybody from the franchise at all and is currently talking to someone, but she's taking things slow. Speaking of taking things slow, she was asked about the situationship. I guess you can call it a situation, I don't know, between Cash and Cinco, and says, in this day and age, a lot of people are kind of afraid of commitment. So she understands why they're taking the approach that they are.
Why won't they
I
put a label on it?
I think nowadays it's really, like I said, people are scared of commitment, and I
Yeah.
think it's smart to take things slow. And that's what I'm doing right now as well. Like if I'm gonna date anyone, it's gonna go slowly, not we just because we love each other or whatever doesn't mean that there has to be a status. I think once you know, and when the right time comes, then you'll be a boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't think people should ever rush that.
So now I'm going to cut to Cashay's interview with the same interviewer, where she talks about her relationship and how, although she is in love with him, she's okay with where they are right now, which is actually not official.
What is your current relationship status right now?
That's a sticky one. We're not like officially in a relationship, but we're exclusive, if that makes sense.
I'm confused. It sounds like a situationship. Explain.
I think it's a little bit more than a situationship because for the last 4 years, I've been doing situationships, and that's usually the area I like to stay. But with me and him, it's definitely more than a situationship, I would say. But yeah, we're just not.
Are you guys allowed to be with other people?
If that man was with somebody else, I would leave.
Are you allowed to be with other people?
No, oh my God, it's same. It's not a double standard.
Okay, no, just asking. Just ask. Hey,
No, we're definitely like exclusively just with each other.
I mean, like, I get it. I know in this day and age, like, people don't really, want to be tied down, if you want to call it tied down. But if you're saying you love someone, and official is not where you're at, like, I would be concerned for my own personal life. Again, I don't know what the ins and outs of their relationship is, so I cannot judge. But if I was in love with someone and they weren't putting a title on me, I would be like, okay, hold on. Either I gotta fall back or you gotta catch up, or this is not gonna work in the long run. She says she knew early on that she was in love with Cinco, and it actually was on the show.
I think it was our third conversation. We were on the blue couch and I was staring at him and it was raining. And I don't remember what happened exactly, but I remember looking at him and I was like, I'm in love with this man. And I was like, well, gotta run for the hills now.
This would explain why she wasn't able to fully give Charlie all the attention that he wanted from her. She was obviously grappling with her feelings with Cinco, her feelings with Charlie, like whether she should just throw them both away and just focus on herself. This also explains why she was very tense when it came to the Trina situation, because everybody knows coming into Love Island, the whole premise is to date multiple people. But she was hurt, and rightfully so. Like, her feelings for him at the time were very deep. It also explains why very quickly after she was eliminated, they reunited and we are where we are today. She clears up the rumors of that infamous time in LA where everyone's like, he cheated, he cheated, he cheated. She's like, no, he did not cheat on me.
Has he been fully faithful to you this whole time or not?
No, this is the thing about Cinco. Like, he gets like such a bad rep. Like, we all get different reps from the show, but he's honestly like super, super supportive and open. And I trust that man. I do, even though sometimes I like I'm like, what's going, just because I'm a woman. But
I'd
no,
love
like
to
I
be
don't.
on that call, by the way.
Yeah. But I really don't think he would do anything. And if he wanted to go that route, I feel like there would be a conversation first.
At the end of the day, they aren't official. They are just exclusive. And with that comes a little bit of leeway, because you're not my girlfriend, so I can still kind of date and do whatever. Again, this ambiguity of situationships, you guys, It's not it. It is not it. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm not projecting on Cash. It's just not it. But it works for her. So if she likes it, I love it. Ultimately, she says this is not a situationship. It's obviously not a full blown relationship. It's a little bit more than a situationship. And she knows that it's not that because in the past, she had to beg people for attention that she knew she deserved. And in this case, she really does feel cared for, seen, and understood by Cinco. So I know there's a lot of skeptics who say this relationship is fake, this relationship is for brands, it's not even real, it's just for clout. But so far, it seems like they're going towards a good direction. I don't know. There's a little thing in there that kind of made me side eye them a little bit. She said they would have become official around that LA situation if they didn't get into an argument. And I'm like, girl, if he wanted to make you his girlfriend, he would have made you his girlfriend regardless of the circumstances. But whatever. That's all I have for the Love Island update. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.